Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Katlego. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back to another video. It's episode something, episode 3, episode 4. I'm not sure. You will see in the title. You will see in the title, because I have a bunch of people I am interviewing, so I need to figure out which episode comes when. So you will see from the title which episode it is. Today I have another amazing guest with me, Ntsika. So please just introduce yourself. What do you do? Where do you study? If it's not obvious, guys.
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Ntsika Xuba and I am a master's student in the field of environmental science, specifically climate change related studies with health and nutrition.
Yeah.
And I'm also doing research. I'm a research assistant in the field of climate finance.
Ooh.
Yeah, actually.
Huh.
So I didn't tell you, yeah.
So you're doing like climate change, health, nutrition, finance.
Yeah.
Like, the thing is, it's funny how I always say there's so many things that go with environmental sciences.
Exactly.
And then when people tell me what they do, I'm like, oh my god, that is amazing.
Exactly.
because I feel like what I do is so basic. Because I do like conservation, plants, and climate change, but that is
Which is usually like the basics of climate change, of environmental science.
which is why I feel so basic, because I'm doing basic things. I want to turn my life around. I want to do exciting things, even me. It's fine.
It's not easy though. It's not easy because the transition towards a finance.
Yeah.
It's going from your like comfort zone, your field, going towards a new field which is like different from what you've learned before. Yeah.
But the thing is, if that is something you like, you're gonna find like it very interesting to see how these two worlds come together.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be very exciting whenever you learn something new. You're like, oh, I didn't know this and this. Like,
and the good thing about environmental science is that it makes you more inquisitive, more curious. Yeah. So it doesn't limit you to one field. You know, it's very broad. It's broad that it overlaps on other fields as well.
yeah.
It overlaps on finance, on the economics.
Yeah.
My sister is actually doing economic health. There's also part of environmental science. You know, everywhere.
It's just everywhere.
Exactly.
It's just,
yeah, exactly.
we live and breathe environmental sciences. Whether you're doing economics, whether you're doing maths, and there's just something. It's there, sprinkled into everything. Speaking of sprinkled into everything, and us sprinkling climate change into everything, how are you finding your studies?
Very interesting, actually.
You like what you're doing?
Very much so. And the one thing I like is that every day you learn a new thing, you know, especially when you branch off to different fields and you meet new people, you experience life from their perspective, what they do from day to day, you know. It's very interesting. It broadens you up. It doesn't put you in a box.
It doesn't put you in a box where you feel like you're doing the same things.
Exactly.
You see that life of right or wrong, when you know there's only one right answer, and if the answer is A, it's A. If you put B, even if you substantiate why you think it's wrong. So it's environmental sciences, I like it in the sense that it's up to your own interpretation, how you understand it, and you can come up with your own ideas, and you can have people listen to those ideas and they make sense. So tell me about your undergrad, what you did. Did you like it? Is it something you always wanted to do? Did you just stumble into environmental sciences like me, or is like, did you dream of becoming an environmental scientist?
I would say it's a mixture of a lot of things. Because initially, you know, when you're coming to events, you're leaving high school, you want to do medicine, you want to do these the known fields.
Yeah.
You know, and then when I got here when I was doing the BSc, things changed. You know, I could see that there's more room to actually grow in university than in high school.
Definitely.
In high school, it's a system. You do a lot of courses that fixate you in a way.
In one direction.
In one direction, yeah.
If you choose commerce, you're going that way.
Exactly.
If you choose science, you're going that way.
Which is another flaw in our education system, though.
Yeah.
But eventually, at the end of undergrad, I saw things changing. My options were now doing environmental health, anything that has to do with environmental health.
Oh.
So it was either climate change related, or it was going into human physiology.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well,
so you are interested in the interaction of environment and health.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
And how did you find honors? There's something I've never talked about it on my channel, but honors. Oh my god.
Stressful.
Oh my gosh. Dark times. dark times.
Very stressful. The honors was just. It was too much.
It was a lot.
The transition from BSc to honors is different, and we start early in the year, we end late in the year. It's a bunch of courses mixed together. There's a stats course, there's a research. Yep.
And it's like submit deadlines on your neck all the time. You don't have writing retreats.
Exactly.
Presentation.
But one good thing though is that we saw a lot of places because of honors.
I feel like you just see a lot of places because of environmental sciences.
Yeah.
Like from undergrad, there's fieldwork. Actually, the video I posted today, I was like, one of the best things about doing environmental sciences is that fieldworks. Like you get to travel, you can travel in your research like me. If you just want to give yourself too much work, you can just go see nature and stuff. So you get to see a lot of things. It's interesting in that way because you meet people. How we bonded as an honors class, it's people in undergrad you never thought you would ever speak to.
Yeah.
You were like, this person is actually interesting.
Like a lot of people I didn't even know.
It's just that person you saw in the physiology class where there were like 300 of us.
Yeah.
So, with what you're doing now and what you've done in undergrad, have there been any challenges you've come across? Or moments where you're just like, you know what, I think I made the wrong decision. I don't want to do this anymore. It's cool. For me, it was honors, if I'm being honest. Like, it was too much.
I think that's because it was the pressure. I don't think it's necessarily the course that you do. I think it's because there's too much to do in a short space of time.
So it's not a matter of, so you would say it's not a matter of I got into environmental sciences and I faced challenges. I was like, no, this thing is not for me. It's a matter of I'm doing environmental sciences, I get into honors, it's just too much work. Like, it's the work, not the course.
It's not
That's
the course.
what you say.
Because even if you go to another course, probably it's gonna be difficult in some cases at some times. Yeah, so I don't think it's necessarily about environmental science, but I do, however, think that environmental science it's for people that like to question things and like to think more, because there's no one way to doing
and no one to
as you
learn
said.
more.
Yes, exactly. So if you're someone who likes order, who likes doing things in a certain way, I don't think
you won't enjoy it.
You will enjoy it
because it pulls you in so many different directions. Like for example, I like saying I'm doing climate change. Yes, climate change. The thing is, what people don't know is that climate change is very broad. Like you are doing nutrition and health and climate change. I'm doing conservation and climate change. For that reason, because I'm working with plants and not people, you have things like species distribution modeling, you have like climate sensing, you have all these projections and things. So it pulls you in different directions in that I never thought I would do something called species distribution modeling. Ever. I didn't even know what it was. But because
I don't even know what it is.
but because you just want to learn and you're just interested in, even if it pulls you, you're just like, oh, okay, there's the string, let me follow it, let me see where it goes. It's interesting in that sense, and it gets exciting because it's not the same thing every single day. So have you enjoyed doing what you are doing?
I think I enjoy it more now because like I have the power to to shift it to where I want it to go.
You do what you want, specifically what you are interested in.
Exactly. You incorporate what you think is important, and then you remove that you think it's not. So now I'm even incorporating policies into my study as well. Yeah, national policies regarding nutrition.
Yeah.
National policies regarding climate change. So I think it's very interesting, and I like it even more now because it speaks directly to development imperatives of the country. I'd like to align it more with the national development plan of the country. Things like that. So I think I enjoy it even more now.
So what have been the highlights? Have there been like specific highlights for you studying what you're studying, or are there highlights that you're looking forward to?
Okay, when you're talking about that, for me it's more of what's coming next.
Yeah.
I had to take a break last year because of personal issues, but now when things are getting back to normal and all of that, I'm actually going to publish soon.
Ooh.
But it's not with the school, it's with the work that I'm doing.
You are publishing. Fact is,
yeah.
You are publishing,
so
and your name is gonna be there. We're gonna reference you. We're gonna say, this thing has been written by somebody I know. Okay. I will be your hype man, guys. I will hype you all up. Publish, please. So that is amazing.
I'd say that I'm exploring all options.
Mm-hmm.
If I can do both academia and let's say corporate, I don't mind.
Oh, okay.
So
it is something you would go into.
Yes, I would go into academia, but I wouldn't say that it's my first option.
What is your first option?
My first option is to, let's say, work for a department of, let's say, agriculture.
Oh, you want to work in industry?
Yes. Or I'd like to be in the field of policies, like policy analysis and how policies affect people and all of that.
Oh, okay.
Because the common thing, almost when it comes to climate change, when you focus on mitigation, there's always like a drawback for society.
Of course.
So I'd like to be there to make sure that society doesn't suffer in our progress of the environment.
Yeah.
To protect the environment, but we also make sure that we don't
think about the
compromise.
people that are affected by those policies and those decisions.
We don't compromise their livelihoods.
Yeah.
So that's basically where I want to be.
So if you knew then, like matric, fresh out of high school, if you knew then what you know now about what you're doing and what you've been through and all the struggles associated with this degree, university, would you still have made the decisions? Would you still be doing what you're doing?
Yeah, I would be doing the same thing now, but I would have taken a different route.
Mm-hmm.
I think for anything that relates to climate change, I think a school of geography is more better suited than a school of apes.
Mm-hmm. Because now you know that your particular interest is in climate change specifically.
Yes, exactly.
So you would have just taken the route where you just focus on it from the beginning. Hence it does make sense because it's always better to just focus on whatever you did. But I feel like my mentality is always, I learned something. I learned a certain skill from everything that I've done. So from animal behavior, I know how to reason this way. From sustainability, I know how to reason that way. Even though I've moved completely from those things, they still influence how I think today.
Yeah. I think they all mattered to me.
Mm-hmm.
How so? So now my field is sustainability.
Yeah.
Like sustainability, but leaning towards environmental science and society. So with sustainability, you have to know everything, a part of everything.
Yeah.
So I think knowing physiology, knowing biogeography, knowing all of that, it helps because it gives me a more holistic view of the whole thing. I can think from different perspectives, from different fields, and I can relate to many more people than just within the environmental science or within the climate change sector.
Yeah. Let's say somebody from matric or first year, or somebody who is applying and they're thinking of doing environmental sciences, or they're in first year and they just started doing it, but they're like, did I make the wrong decision? What advice would you give to that person?
I'd say each and every course has its pros and its cons. And opportunities sometimes are not limited. It's just that we don't know where to look. We don't know where to look. In environmental science, there's a lot of things you can do. There's environmental management, there's consulting, there's research, academia. There's going into corporate, being an internal auditor. There's going into finance and doing climate finance. There's doing green finance. So I think what you should do is just surround yourself with people who are within that field. People who know more about that field than you. A friend of mine once said that if in your group of friends you're the smartest one, then there's a problem.
Because what are the other people contributing to you and your life?
Exactly. So you have to have groups of friends that you interact with, but don't always be the smartest one. Sometimes being smart is just being book smart. Be in a group where people are more book smart than you. Be in a group where people are more experienced than you in environmental sciences. Always look out for the common organizations. The Department of Environmental Science, Department of Environmental Affairs, Sandy, there's Green Cape, there's
BirdLife, South Africa.
There's WWF. There's also like international ones. The one I'm working for is Beijing, China, the International Institute of Green Finance. There's GIZ, which is a bank in Germany, does things, is a climate finance. So there's a lot of opportunities. There are even groups on Facebook, there are even groups on WhatsApp.
That's the thing, there's so much, but it seems like there's so little, and you're not limited to South Africa. That's another thing you need to keep in your, even though there's COVID, this thing is gonna go away, especially in climate, because it's such a worldwide thing. You can work and go anywhere you want. That is it. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much, Ntsika, for coming onto my channel.
My pleasure.
I learned that there is a thing called climate finance. I'm going to look it up. I'm going to see what it's all about. Maybe it's something I would be interested in. I don't know.
Yeah, it's actually a growing thing, even in this country. But usually it's more developed countries that they have a bigger field. There's even markets for that, where you buy like green bonds, like normal bonds, like green bonds. But there's also like green bonds as well.
Wow.
If you're starting a company which is climate related, you can get green loans. Like it's better loans for like better companies. If you have an SMME, a small business, you don't have funding, but your business is climate related, you can apply for funds like the Green Outcomes Fund. You get loans as a company. There's also green grants as well. There's a lot of things that we don't know.
There's so much that you're saying right now that I didn't know. I'm gonna watch this video again, and then I'm gonna write all these notes, and then I'm gonna research. Guys, let's ask people questions and learn more things. If you have any questions after watching this video, drop them down in the comment section. I will answer them.
Maybe I'll even answer them as well.
Ntsika can answer them. Like, let's chat. Thank you so much for watching. Give the video a like. Share it with someone you think it might help or they might find interesting. Like, let's share information. That's the big point of this channel. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.